Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to teach you all about mockups and how to use them in Cricut Design Space. So let's go ahead and get started. What is a mockup and how can you use it? A mockup is a representation of a finished product. So instead of spending a ton of money on product and creating the design or t-shirt or whatever it may be, you can actually use these mockups and they look so realistic. And all you have to literally do is take your PNG or SVG and put it onto the design. So let's go ahead and walk through it. All right, so over here on designbundles.net, all you have to simply do is type in mockup, or you may look up specifically because there's mockups for t-shirts, tumblers, you name it, it's there. Mockups for stickers. So as you can see here, maybe you want a super cute design like this where it's a t-shirt in jeans and shoes. You could put these on Instagram. You may use them for your little Etsy stores, your Facebook page, social media, however you want to. So let me go ahead and show you really quick all of the different types that you can get. So let's say, for example, I'm looking for a sticker. Okay, so here is a few mock-ups of some, designs that have just one sticker. So I would download this design and it would be this little sticker area right here. Maybe it looks like we've put it on some party packaging and it would show the sticker here. Maybe you want to do sticker sheets. I'm going to click on that here. So these actually come blank, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting your PNG on these little areas here, and it's actually going to look like a finished product. So let me go ahead and show you how to use a couple mockups today, as well as, using PNGs versus SVGs. And what we're going to use today is Cricut Design Space. That you could use this in Canva, PicMonkey, over on Silhouette, wherever you want to, but Cricut is free. So let me show you how to use it. All right, so now that we're here in Cricut Design Space, the first thing that you want to do is upload your mockups. So I've already brought two of those in here, as well as some PNGs and SVG files. So one thing I want you to notice, let's start with a pillow here. I'm going to go ahead and hit Insert Image. You're going to notice it looks a little grainy from when we purchased it. So let's go ahead and head back to Design Bundle and see what this looked like when we purchased it. Now that we're over here in Design Bundles, you can see this is the design that we purchased. It looks a little bit more clean and crisp than what we're getting over here in Cricut Design Space. But don't worry, when we save this, it's not going to look like that. So let's head back to Cricut Design Space. So now that we're over here in Cricut Design Space, you can see what I'm talking about. It looks a little grainy here. You can see these lines here. But like I said, when we save this, it is definitely not going to look like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the minus button just so we can see a little bit better. And then I'm going to come to upload and I'm going to bring in a PNG file. So we're going to use this super cute bunny design right here and hit insert. Once again, all of these will be linked below. So this right here came from Design Bundles. How super cute is this? So I'm going to bring this down just like so and place it on my bunny. Now when you use these mock-ups, it's nice to get a really nice big design. Now make sure that you're being a little bit more realistic to however you're going to print it. So if it's something that you plan on printing here, make sure you keep it like so. All right. So I'm happy with this. This is how I want my mock-up to be for, say, an Etsy listing. The next steps that you're going to do is we want to do a print and cut. So as you can see here, these are way too big. They're too big for a print and cut. Also, they're separated. I actually want to select all, and I'm actually going to hit flatten. So that way it makes it one. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring these down to the proper print and cut size. Now obviously we're not printing it, but we need to bring it down. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 6.75 wide, and that's going to give us that, 4.5, so we are perfectly in line. So now what I'm going to do is hit make it. I'm going to hit continue. And then this is where we need to be. So we're going to hit send to printer. At this point, I'm going to pick a printer. Make sure it's a colored printer. We're not actually going to print this, but if it's a black and white printer, it's actually going to change it black and white. So make sure you're just choosing whatever color printer that you have. It doesn't matter because once again, we're not really printing it. You want to turn your ad bleed off, and we're going to turn on use system dialog. This is the part that is very important and you need this. So don't forget to turn it on. We're going to hit print. we're going to come down here where it says PDF, and I'm going to hit Save as PDF. And I'm just going to go ahead and save it to the desktop, and we're going to name it Pillow. I'm going to hit Save. All right, so now I've opened this from our desktop. So as you can see that it actually has that print and cut line, and I want to get rid of that. Also, I want you to note that that grainy look is gone. So those lines that I was talking about, now it's super clean and crisp. So don't worry about what you're seeing in Cricut Design Space. It's going to turn out very nice. So now I want to get rid of this box, and all I'm going to do is click here. I'm going to click this little pin right here. And then I'm going to take this one right here and this little just dotted line, if you will. And I'm going to just simply go all the way around my image as close as possible. And if you want to avoid any sort of white, you could always just simply go right on top of your image just a little bit. So you would just be cutting off a minute amount. All right, so once we fully have selected everything, we're going to come over here. So now we have the cropped option. So we're just going to click it. It's going to come up until you cropping a PDF document. Doesn't delete the contents outside of the selection. We're going to hit OK. And now what I want to do is I'm going to come over here and hit File. And I'm actually going to hit Export. I'm going to name it Pillow 1, whatever you actually wanted to name it. And now I have it saved as a PNG. So you would just choose whichever one that you would want. I want to change mine from a PDF to a PNG. And then I'm going to hit Save. So now over here on my desktop, as you can see, if I click on it, it no longer has the lines. So this is a PDF version. This is a PNG. So this PNG, I can, add it to my Etsy listings. I can add it to my social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, to advertise selling these. And I'm not having to make the product. So I can have a white pillow that's maybe an 18 by 18, but I'm not having to actually make the product. All I have to do is put this out there. When orders come in, I can simply print the design and actually make the product at that point. So I hope that has helped. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one more really quickly. I want to go ahead and show you a t-shirt. So I want to show you the same thing, but a t-shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. We're going to hit yes, cancel. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this one and hit upload. And I'm going to bring in this t-shirt here, as well as, let's see, this is an SVG. So this was a PNG. Now we're going to do an SVG. So I'm going to do this one right here, insert image. I'm going to go ahead and size this down. Now, once again, I want you to notice, you see this graininess that's going on here. You can see a little bit on the t-shirt. That's not going to show up on our final product. So I'm going to just line this up just like so. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit select all. I'm going to flatten it. So now it's one file. And now I need to bring it down to the print and cut. So we're going to do the 6.75. And now we're ready to hit make it. Continue. Send to printer. Turn the bleed off. Turn on system dialog. Print. We're going to come to PDF, save as a PDF. We're going to name it, let's just say jacket. Save. So here we are again with our jacket PDF. So we're just going to click on this little draw tool here, hit on the little dotted lines. Now this time I'm actually going to come on the image and do it to show you what I was talking about. So I'm actually going to come a little bit in. And this is just going to help avoid getting any of the white in here. So something just like that. Let go. And now that crop tool is going to come up. We're going to hit it. We get our warning. We're going to hit OK. And now I'm going to hit File. And we're going to hit Export. And I'm going to name it Jacket 1. And you can see we've got it as a PNG. And save. All right, you can see our jacket pop up over here, and there we go. So now we have our PNG image as well as our PDF. So you can delete those PDFs as soon as you're done, trash them. I can take that right here and trash it, just like so. So you definitely don't have to keep those once you have your PNG, just like that. Now, once again, I want you to notice that it does not look grainy like it did over there on Cricut. So it comes out very nice, super clean cut, and that's a way to use a free product, our Cricut Design Space, to work with these mock-ups. The mock-ups come in handy, and like I said, you can get so many different types of mock-ups, whether you're working with stickers, tumblers, jackets, t-shirts, whatever it is. Check it out. Type in mock-up and then type in, stickers, sticker sheet, etc. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.